Welcome to our podcast. Today, we're diving into a situation that almost everyone has faced at least once. Having your debit card suddenly blocked by your bank.
Oh yes, that moment when you're at the checkout, ready to pay, and your card just refuses to cooperate. Instant embarrassment.
Absolutely. It's like your card has a mind of its own and just decides to take a little holiday. But let's get serious. Why do banks actually block cards?
Well, the most common reason is suspicious activity. Banks use algorithms to spot transactions that look unusual or potentially fraudulent.
So for example, if you usually shop in your hometown, but suddenly there's a charge from another country, the system flags it?
Exactly. Or if there are multiple rapid transactions in a short time, that can trigger a block too. It's a bit like your card saying, "Hang on, this isn't normal for me."
That's kind of reassuring, but also inconvenient. Have you ever had your card blocked unexpectedly?
Oh, definitely. Once, I tried to buy something online from a foreign website. The next thing I knew, my card was locked, and I couldn't even buy a cup of coffee.
It's frustrating, but I guess the intention is to protect us. Another common reason is entering the wrong PIN several times, right?
Yes, if you forget your PIN and keep guessing, the bank thinks someone might be trying to hack into your account.
I once lent my card to a family member who forgot the PIN and kept trying. Let's just say I learned my lesson.
That's a classic. Besides PIN errors and suspicious activity, technical issues can also cause blocks. Sometimes it's just a glitch in the system.
True. Or the bank might be carrying out routine maintenance. But do you think expired cards also get blocked this way?
Absolutely. When your card reaches its expiry date, it's automatically deactivated, and any attempt to use it will fail.
It's easy to forget to check the expiry date, especially if you don't use the card often. Another one is overdrawn accounts, right?
Yes, if your account balance drops below zero or you exceed your spending limit, the bank may block your card until you resolve it.
So, to sum up so far, suspicious activity, wrong PIN, technical glitches, expired cards, and overdrawn accounts are the main culprits.
That covers the basics, but sometimes banks block cards due to regulatory compliance, like if they need to update your personal information and can't reach you.
Oh, I've heard of that. If you ignore those please update your ID emails, your card could be in trouble.
Exactly. It's usually part of anti-money laundering regulations. The bank needs to know who you are and where your money is coming from.
Sometimes these measures feel like a hassle, but I get why they're necessary. Still, the timing is always the worst.
It's like your card waits for the most inconvenient moment to freeze, usually when you're about to buy snacks at midnight.
Or when you're traveling and need to pay for a taxi. That's the worst.
Speaking of travel, did you know that not informing your bank about your travel plans can also trigger a block?
Yes, if you suddenly make purchases in a new country, the system thinks it's fraud. It's a good habit to notify your bank before you travel.
I've made that mistake before. I was stranded at an airport because my card was blocked after I landed.
Banks always say they'll call if there's an issue, but often the first sign is your card being declined. How should people react when this happens?
First, don't panic. Check if you've entered the right details. Then, look for any messages from your bank. They might have sent you a text or email.
Good advice. If there's no message, it's worth logging into your banking app to see if there are any alerts or notices.
And if that doesn't clarify things, just call your bank's customer service. They can tell you exactly why your card was blocked and what to do.
Sometimes it takes just a few minutes to resolve, but other times you may have to verify your identity or answer security questions.
Always keep your bank's helpline number handy, just in case. It's not a number you want to be searching for when you're in a hurry.
Definitely. And if you're traveling, it's a good idea to have a backup card or some cash, just in case technology lets you down.
That's a travel tip people often forget. Also, if your card does get blocked because of suspected fraud, The bank will usually send you a text to confirm recent transactions.
It's important to respond promptly. Ignoring those messages might keep your card blocked longer.
Sometimes the bank might cancel the card entirely if they suspect fraud, and you'll have to wait for a new one.
That can be a pain, especially if you rely on your card for daily expenses.
Yes, but it's better than losing your money to a scammer. I'd rather wait a few days than risk my entire account.
Fair point. Speaking of scams, have you noticed that phishing attacks are getting more sophisticated?
Absolutely. Fraudsters can clone websites that look exactly like your bank's page, tricking people into giving away their details.
That's why banks are so quick to block cards at the slightest suspicion. It's a bit like locking your front door at the first sign of trouble.
And sometimes, even a small online purchase from an unfamiliar site can be enough to trigger a block.
So, always double check where you're shopping. It's better to be a little paranoid than get caught out.
And never share your PIN or card details with anyone, even if they claim to be from the bank.
Basic advice, but it's amazing how often people forget. I read that some people even write their PIN on the back of their card.
That's just asking for trouble. It's like leaving your house key under the doormat.
Exactly. So, let's talk about what people can do to prevent their cards from getting blocked in the first place.
First, always keep your contact information up to date with your bank. That way, they can easily reach you if there's an issue.
And try to use your card in a pattern that matches your usual behavior. Don't suddenly splurge on luxury items unless you're prepared for a call from the bank.
If you plan to travel or make a big purchase, notify your bank in advance. Most banks make it easy through their app or website.
Also, avoid entering your PIN incorrectly multiple times. If you forget your PIN, it's better to reset it than to guess.
And be careful when shopping online. Stick to reputable websites and avoid deals that look too good to be true.
If your card is ever lost or stolen, report it to your bank immediately. They can block it before any unauthorized transactions happen.
That's crucial. The faster you act, the less risk there is of losing money.
Sometimes people delay because they think their card will turn up. But it's better to be safe than sorry.
Right? Most banks can unblock your card quickly if it was a false alarm, but they can't always refund fraudulent transactions.
Prevention is always better than cure. But even with all precautions, sometimes blocks are unavoidable.
In those cases, patience and clear communication with your bank are key. Most issues get resolved quickly if you stay calm.
So, to wrap up, having your card blocked can be stressful, but it's usually for your own protection.
And understanding the common reasons can help you avoid unnecessary blocks in the future.
Maybe next time your card gets blocked, you'll think of it as your bank's way of looking out for you.
Or as your card taking a little nap just to make sure everything's safe.
Thanks for joining us today. Before we go, here's a question for our listeners. Have you ever had your card blocked at the worst possible moment? What did you do?
We'd love to hear your stories and tips. Stay safe, and may your cards always swipe smoothly.
Until next time, keep your PIN secret, your bank informed, and your sense of humor intact.
See you soon.